CJ. Yeah.
I'm digging into it.
Yeah, for sure. 919, Talking Trash with Rusty Wheat. Rusty, good morning to you,
sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, just to chip off the old block, huh?
Another day in paradise. I brought my sign with me so everybody could see my anti-littering sign.
Well, you know, you got into a street fight, I heard, and the curb won. What happened?
I work out at the park in the morning. I go do push-ups early in the morning, and I tripped the other day.
No kidding.
Busted a tooth out.
Well, it's okay because I don't even. I last week I was looking like I was 18 rounds with Mayweather and Ali, you know. So I'm feeling just as bad as you are.
Come
today,
out to the park and work out with me in the morning, CJ.
No,
and
I'm
we'll
telling
get you healthy again, buddy.
You have been speaking of working out. You've been working your butt off when it comes to getting some stuff done in the county.
Well, you use that term loosely. I enjoy it. I have a good time. I was on my way over to Edwardsville the other day to pick up some trash bags, and I seen all the trash along 143 right before you get to the SIU exit. Mm-hmm. You know, and SIU is such a beautiful campus, and if I believe it's the second largest campus on this earth with the exception of Moscow University, as far as size, the size of the campus.
Wow.
I could be wrong on that, but
yeah, I don't know.
I won't know if you find me out. At any rate, so it disturbed me the amount of trash that was there, so I thought, okay, this is a good spot for chain gang. I always bitch and moan, but it was a good place to show up and start picking up trash. So I worked on both sides of SIU entrance, and one day I picked up 15 bags, and then next week I came and picked up about 15 off the other side. And so I've had enough with the board members being nice, saying, please do this, please do that, and waiting. It's been almost 2 years now, and still they have done nothing. In my mind, done nothing as far as to help people like myself as far as the trash issue.
Well, and too, I mean, we got, a couple of weeks until the new board takes over?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
Wait. I mean,
are you
Madison County could have set the precedent. We could have been on the map for saying, look, this county is doing it, but instead we waited. We sat on our butt and waited for the state to move on.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, it's the second one of the largest in the country for sure. That's huge. I didn't realize that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was reading something about it, and it just disturbed me, the fact that they're letting that much trash accumulate on the entrance and something. That's the jewel of Madison County, and we're going to let trash accumulate on the entrance.
Well, and now does it just fill right back up? Is it worse than 143?
Well, they've got some charters. They've got SIU's got the Diversity Club and a couple other people that have adopted those charters out there, but they do it basically for their resume, to look good on their resume.
Yeah.
And the program states that you're supposed to clean up that area about 3 to 4 times a year. They do not do that. Uh-huh. And I'm sure they did. It was much more than what they bargained for, because those trash trucks go down that road.
Right, and that's a lot. Yeah, you're right.
And so I'm not pointing fingers at the students. I know they could do more, but in their defense, that was more than they anticipated.
Well, and now with this too, you were talking about this really cool way that you've been collaborating with some ways for folks to volunteer with you.
Yeah, pay attention to this. If you are charged with a crime or have to work out a fine or something, pay attention to this, because IDOT contacted me and had an individual that had to do some community service work, and I couldn't figure out, because he was not assigned through the probation department. He just was showing up doing community service work, and he was somewhat reluctant to tell me all the issues and stuff, so I had to do a lot of digging with the judge's office and the state's attorney's office to figure out what the arrangement was. And basically it was this. His lawyer said, why don't you go out and start picking up trash? I read about a guy that does trash. Why don't you go out there and pick up trash with him? Contact IDOT, and maybe if you do that, maybe they'll reduce your sentence. And so long before they went to court, he went out there and did his work. And once it was all done, then his lawyer met with Cole Covington, who's the state's attorney from the DUI division of Madison County. The agreement was that the guy picked up the trash, and so they excused the issue. Now, I think it wasn't a driving issue. I think he got in a skirmish with a manager of a restaurant. It just so happened it fell under this Cole Covington's division. I don't know how that worked out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's really interesting, though, because you were on a couple of weeks ago talking about the red tape, that's surrounded.
It's very difficult. Yeah, if you go through the probation department, they'll come out and work, but you got to stay there with them and monitor them, and you just really can't go out and do what you want to do. It's more of a bureaucratic issue. With this, is a little different because these people are not under the thumb of the probation department. So if you have a sentence or something coming out, or if you have to go to court, talk to your lawyer. Come on out and work with the chain gang, pick up some trash, and they may take a look at that and just reduce your sentence or just dismiss it. That's what they did to this individual.
It never is a bad thing. When you're already doing some stuff, some volunteerism, some community service beforehand, and you're being a model citizen, man.
Yeah, this guy was very proactive. And I like I say, the only thing he didn't want to give me was all the details. And nobody else did either, because I'm sure they're thinking, oh, man, we don't want this happen, because then we'll get everybody.
Rusty's going to come on CJ's show and tell everybody.
But I'm telling you right now, I talked to Cole Covington, the state's attorney, and he said he thought it was a good thing what this guy did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. How can people reach out? Just on Facebook or?
Yeah, they could reach out. I'm going to start a page on Facebook.
You
think a dedicated page called Chain Gang.
You should.
Just for trash only. Right now, I just do it on Rusty Wheat's page, and it's nothing else but trash and pictures of my grandkids. But, I want to separate the two and just have it so people can look at just so. And that was under the advice of Tom Haynes, state's attorney.
That's a good idea.
He suggested I do that, so I'm going to. But that's something that could be a real positive, I think. And time for me to put in my plug for Denise Sparks and Sparks Trash Service. On my way up here this morning, I was watching a Republic truck, and they were picking up some trash, and they were dumping the trash can into the truck, and the stuff was not bagged. It was all a bunch of loose paper and stuff they were dumping in there, and I can only imagine they're going to go down the road somewhere, and some of that stuff's going to be flying out of there. So I just want to put a plug in for Denise, because I double checked with her before I came here this morning. Are you required to make sure all the trash is in a bag, or is that just your policy? And she said that's her policy. Mm-hmm. She won't pick up trash unless it's bagged up.
No.
So now that leads me to believe that I'm going to start putting a little pressure on Republic for them to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. If she could do it, they could do it. And if they're doing it voluntarily, maybe they should be doing it as illegally, And so I'm going to find out about that.
Well, and maybe that becomes a new policy for them, where it's.
I'm a big firmer in leading by example. So if Sparks is leading by example there, I think that's something maybe a Republic can follow.
Well, and honestly, I do like that point, because it's one of those things where it shows the local business loves their local environment, because you don't. This whole thing is, and I've noticed it. It's not necessarily, all this loose stuff is the problem, because people just give it the old heave-ho in that plastic bin. They'll take a pizza box because they don't want to put it in their trash bag and fold it up.
Yeah, and they'll throw their can.
Yeah, they'll just throw it out there. And then all of a sudden there's raccoons that get in that and carry that stuff.
And in my mind, there's only two people. There's a Republic and there's Sparks.
That's it. Yeah.
In my area, anyway. There may be more in yours. But when I see one of the people that will dump stuff like that and not bagged, and the other one is a little more responsible, it just calls my attention, and it just makes me wonder why people keep dealing with Republic when they keep trashing our roads.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're the one that's working the issue. I mean,
it's not just me, it's your neighborhood too.
That's true.
When you're writing a check once a month to Republic, just remember that they're the ones trashing our roads.
Oh, speaking of that, I saw somebody on Pierce Lane picking up trash, picking a ton of trash.
He told me that. Yeah, that was wonderful.
He was doing it again, though. I mean, I think he's made it a routine.
Oh, good.
And then my road, by my house, actually, all the bottles were picked up.
Hey, Paul Nicolosi, your buddy that was running for board Collinsville, he was just involved in a cleanup, Collinsville community cleanup.
Oh, good for him.
They just did a cleanup this Saturday around the Jack in the Box in that area down there.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. You're sparking some change.
Hey, it's not just me. There's other people that are thinking along the same lines.
Now, with the SIUE thing, is this actually on their campus? Because their campus is...
The entrance to the campus.
Okay. So
entrance to the campus.
Okay.
This is Madison. Madison County's responsibility.
Gotcha.
This is not the university itself.
I get what you're saying now.
The university itself is pretty pristine, but if you're taking Madison County roads to get there, you got to drive through a lot of shit to get there, man.
I know you're right, and you're not wrong. So I was making sure. I was like, because you're right, those service roads and those, especially by the soccer fields, on like New Pogue Road and all that,
they do a good job on those.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay,
but you get a little further down by the exit on 255 on Pogue Road. My God, there's trash stacked on top of trash.
Hey, how's the Wood River entrance looking?
Oh, it's Wood River's doing pretty good. I mean, I really don't. It's not so bad. They have what they have is more as pedestrian trash. What I consider pedestrian trash. People that are just chucking, but that's not a big deal. In fact, I was just talking to city council member Jeremy Plank.
Oh, cool.
Before he's interested in getting more proactive and doing some trash. Good
for him.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah, I'm optimistic about that. I'm looking forward to that. I always like it when people reach out to me.
Well, and I like the fact that you're actually staying up with this because, in the summer I was a little nervous about you,
I was going to give it up, and then I met with Tom Hain, and he said, hey, man, don't give it up. He said, go back on CJ Show, keep writing your letters, keep coming to the board meetings, and it's... Right now, I'm sure the board members aren't happy with them. I wrote some really bad letters. Well, in my mind, they were letters that needed to be wrote. But what are you going to do? How long are we going to put up with this?
Yeah.
Stand up. If you cannot do something, just... I don't know what to say. But if you can do something, do it. If you can't do something, stand up and say, by God, we need to try better.
I agree. And with that being said, too, with the winter coming up, do you slow down at all picking up trash?
I just pick up depending on how much trash flow there is. Just as of lately, because there is no one in control right now. If you call Kurt Prenzler's office, he doesn't answer the telephone. So the landfill knows that, and so they're not responding like they were. So in January, things will change with the new legislation, but I just don't believe that we should have to wait till January to get our roads cleaned up.
I get you. Hey, what was this with the Chain Gang posse?
The Chain Gang is just... I've just been popping up in various different places. If I see a place that needs to be cleaned up, I'll contact the mayor. I'll contact the mayor and say, hey, can you throw a little love this way? And sometimes they don't respond to me. So I'll just show up. I'll show up and I'll pick up about 10 bags, and then I'll take a picture of it and I'll send it to them. And I'm like, in your face, buddy.
Who doesn't respond? I mean, you're just picking up trash.
Yeah, I do it. I've done it for Wood River Township.
I get what you're saying. That's cool. But see, I think it's so cool that you do that because I think, I'm telling you, the YouTube thing still would be awesome where you did a time lapse of all
You're right. It's just that I'm such a small operation right now, but I do take some pictures of the trash that I pick up. But, a situation like Wood River Township, I got tired of driving down Franklin Center Street right across from Cutter Park, seeing all that trash accumulated. So I called them and they go, that's not my jurisdiction, Well, so I just go out there. It's okay. Well, I'll show you whose jurisdiction it is. And I went out there and picked up the trash and then kind of like shoved it in their face. And I'm sure the next time they'll think twice about that. That's kind of my method. It's just a dab and jab type.
Hey, you're getting it done and it's effective. So how many bags of trash did you pick up from SIUE?
Over 30 bags.
Wow.
Yeah. Over 30 bags within about 4-mile area. 2 miles on one side, 2 miles on the west entrance, 2 miles on the east entrance. When I say 2 miles, there you got both two sides of the road and one, and then you got the other direction too. So it actually, a 2 mile stretch, you end up cleaning 8 miles.
Wow.
But the thing is, that's a hell of a lot of trash, man. I spent all day out there.
When does IDOT cut normally?
I just got done cutting. They cut on they're budgeted to cut 3 times a year, but that's for an emergency basis. They've only been cutting it twice a year because of money. But on an emergency basis, which Madison County did appropriate that money to do. Yeah. So they cut 3 times this year.
Wow.
And they just got done cutting. So that's part of the issue why the trash got so bad. But that just fires me up more. It gives me something to be pissed about. When I see they cut the grass, now there's more trash. Now I have more stuff to be fired up about.
There you go. You got a moment to stick around?
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break at 9:32. More Daily Show hits you next.
Man.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. Which is good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Prime time viewing. Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you at 9:35. Chain Gang, Rusty Wheat, talking trash. So as the colder months start to come, do you normally see different types of trash throughout the year?
Yeah, and I think of you all the time when I pick up those bottles. 'Cause last time I was here, you asked me, "What do you do with those bottles?" And I didn't think much of it at the time. But boy, they are a pain in the ass when you pick up those bottles. I mean, because there's so much weight, you know.
Oh God!
I to be honest with you, I just pick up whatever comes about. It's amazing. You go to different areas, the different type of stuff. If you're on 143, almost all of it is Saran wrap, plastic bags, then McDonald's wrappers and things like that people are throwing out. But predominantly, most of it is.
Who throws out? But see, this is the stuff I don't
wrap
understand. Who throws stuff out the window?
Oh, you see it all the time.
But who?
Man.
It does not compute with me. It just like when I was a kid in middle school, we threw things out of the bus window. Like I'm not going to lie to you, we threw them.
And they're being very thoughtful when they throw it out the window because they tie that little bag very neatly and then they chuck it out.
Oh, so at least it doesn't all splatter everywhere.
I get a lot of those ceramic dinners and stuff that they picked up, and apparently they finished it and it's still in the plastic bag, and they'll just tie it off. But yeah, it's amazing. All
right, you know what I'm going to push for? You're pushing for trash and all that. I'm going to push for trash bags for the county. So you fight for litter, and I'll fight for trash bags. Every vehicle is going to get a mandated 50-gallon trash bag. So you put the damn thing in the trash bag in your car and then throw it out at home.
As much as you pay for a license and stuff like that,
kidding.
You would think that would come with it.
How much was it? Mine was like $153 for renewal.
You may be on to something there because they have those cleanup kits for the county.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think we just tie it all in.
Just giving the county another opportunity to spend your money. You're on that, CJ.
We're going to change legislation here. Everyone's getting trash bags.
Yeah, it is interesting. I'm looking forward to the new year. Chris Slusher is going to be in office. He's going to be the chairman of the county board.
You know what I'll say about it, in all positives? It seems like everyone's kind of communicating already, and seems like they're ready to work a little.
Hey, I think so. I mean, I'm very optimistic about the future. Now,
Me too.
I'm really down on the Madison County Board right now, but the people but those are just interchangeable parts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I want to say something. I was just recently. I sent a letter to all the board members, and I was talking to them about how important it is for community involvement. The chain gang was going to be in various different parades, and I felt it very strong that some of you people should walk with chain gang to show that you support the community efforts like that. And only one board member took me up on it, and the two other board members that had the elections in this area that did not take me up on it both lost their election. And so I sent them the letter to let them know that. I said, I bet you're thinking about maybe those 25 or 30 votes that you could have picked up now. You know, and I'm sure that they are. And they probably think, boy, that Rusty, he's a real prick. But it's the truth. You've got to make the people understand that you support them. You don't support yourself. If you want to ride on a Mustang and say, look at me, I'm the chairman of whatever, that's fine. But you're going to get more clout when you work with the people and they see you actually doing the stuff. So that's what I always say. You lead by example.
Well, and you're right. You just got to get out there and work. You know, I mean, people don't. Everyone, I think, always overcomplicates politics anymore. It's always, you know, this huge. You know, we got to get to Mars by 20. Just fix the roads. Pick the trash up. You know what I'm saying? Pick the roads up. Pick the trash up. Some people are not able to do that stuff, but there's a lot of ways they could support our efforts, you know, just by letting the community know that you back our efforts. Oh yeah, no, totally. Well, and now with that being said, are you getting ready for Earth Day already?
Well, I'm kicking it around, man. I'm so bummed out of the Madison County board members right now. I just don't even know what
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I just wanted more support from them.
I think it's going to come.
County, and there again, one of the recent board members that just lost. I asked him about participating, and he said, he had a conflict of interest. He was doing some stuff for the city, you know, and so I had to remind him that you're not a city employee, you're a Madison County employee. You know, if you're a Madison County board member, that means county events you're supposed to participate in. I know that you grew up in that town and this is what you think you should be doing, but you need to really consider what your position is.
Well, and too, I think it's also one just to go and you know, honestly, just pick up the phone and call and learn more about the chain gang too, you know, and be active.
There's only, after all this time, Chris Slusher talks to me, Mike Babcock talks to me. Like I said, Jeremy Plank just reached out to me.
That's cool.
It's just a few people like that. It's just nice to know that they're thinking about it.
Well, and now, are there any areas, too? You were talking about pop-ups in town for a couple of minutes last segment. Is there a couple of areas you're eyeing right now or anything that you're kind of seeing that's a big problem?
No, to be honest with you. I could find stuff if I go into Alton. But I don't go into Alton. I want to see what happens. Hey, I got a hard-on for the mayor since they chased that video guy out of downtown. You know, at any rate, so when Alton reaches out to me, I will start reaching out to them. I can give you guys plenty of love. Just got to give me a little bit too.
You're right. That video was nasty.
It was nasty. I hate it when anytime their rights are violated.
Yeah, no, you're right. That was kind of, and a lot of people saw that one.
Don't get me wrong there.
That's the first time. Hold on. In the first 7 years I've been doing media, or 6, 7 years, that's the first time that phrase has been used on a broadcast platform of mine, and I love it.
What are we talking about? What?
The hard-on. I love it. That's hilarious. Mark the bingo card upstairs, folks.
Yeah, chain gang barely graduated. Man, so my literature is not up to par, you know.
So with that being said, getting back into it, is there anything, any bags that are not good trash? Like, I was going to ask you about this last time, and I've just now remembered it. Like, when I go to the store, there's always those cheaper trash bags, and then they say, like, biodegradable on that. Does any of that matter? Do you, just from your experience?
Really. The cheaper the bags you get, the cheaper the seams are, and they fall apart easier, the thin, how thin they are. I always recommend people to buy those bags with the that you could tie them off.
Okay, yeah, being serious, because I've always wondered that, just just to make it easier on you or anybody that's picking up litter.
It's just a matter of you don't get so much stuff flying out of the truck. Even when you regular bag, when you tie the corners of it together, you always have a little opening area, and it doesn't seem like much, but when you go down 60, 70 miles an hour down the road, then it really does. So one of the things I did want to reemphasize on, though, is that recently, or very shortly, I am going to put together a page on Facebook specifically just for this trash issue. I know the landfills and some other groups have theirs and stuff, but Senator Hayne told me that
State's attorney.
State's attorney, yes.
I'm sorry.
I said Senator Hayne. Maybe one day. Don't lick your chops. But at any rate, State's Attorney Hayne told me that I could have people that could send their videos. And with this new law going into effect, they may be able to actually do something before they couldn't do anything. So I'm looking at opening up a new resource so people could send pictures and videos and stuff.
Well, there's a lot that you could do with that. And it's like, do you start a business page, or do you start a group, or do you start both?
You know, I really don't know.
Maybe you start both.
I thought about just starting a non-for-profit page on Facebook where people can send, if they want to, just like any other group.
Man, I'm telling you, because I really think that's how you get this to grow. I really think that there's so many people in neighborhoods, because that's what I was mentioning earlier. These candidates that are running for 2025 in the consolidated election, in all these other townships and Alton and Godfrey and it's like I keep telling people, quit overcomplicating your platform. People want clean roads. They want their roads fixed. They want their streets that look nice. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you really start this page, it could raise some issues to some really bad trash areas.
We're not electing these people to pick up trash.
No,
obviously.
No.
But there's a lot of things that they can do to support our efforts, and some of it is physical.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, one of the Madison County board member Paul Nicolosi.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I didn't know Paul did that.
He was out there picking up trash with the Collinsville community cleanup, and hats off to him for doing it. He's not running for election right now. He's already won, so there was no reason why he had to do that.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I think people care about that though more. I really do. I think it's not any more ideas. It's just fix my roads and I want my yard clean.
Gets me back to my statement earlier. I was talking about. I know it sounds silly about the parade. And it's not a pity party because they didn't march in my parade. The Army couldn't come either because they had their own events and stuff.
They were busy,
Yeah, they had their own thing, and Veterans Day falls shortly after. But it's just showing the community that you actually care more so than just showing them an outline of what you propose for a budget on, I don't know.
Yeah, I get you.
People like to see people in action.
Well, and I think that whenever you start this page, Rusty, I think it's gonna be huge.
I will stay in touch with you because there's a lot of things that are going to be taking place, but it's not going to be taking place until the first year. And then we got a few more things to talk about. But I was kind of excited. I was borderline to cancel today because of the broken tooth.
I wasn't going to let you, Rusty.
Yeah. Hey, but I kept thinking the state's attorney said, no, just get on there. It's important that people hear and talk about it.
Well, and I'm being dead serious with you because the other thing is what's pissing me off are some of these parks. I didn't realize the roads are bad. I get it, but
hey, there's a big controversy now going on out at Belk Park because they've introduced a new dock out there. They're going to put kayaks. You could rent kayaks out there. And everybody that goes to the park hates the idea.
I am not touching any Wood River business today.
Somewhere along the line, somebody had the bright idea of renting kayaks out there in Belk Park. And I'm out there about twice a day, every day of the week, and I have yet to find anybody in favor of that. Now, some of the fishermen are apprehensive because they think they have a place to fish from.
That's true. That's true. But all I know is this. Get back. I was really bummed out. I'm going to these parks, and not in Godfrey, but there's a couple locally, and I won't say where, just because I don't want to give away where I take my dog. Well, the problem is, I every time I try to take my dog somewhere, he's not good with other animals. He's not aggressive, but he's just jumpy, and I don't trust other dogs, so I don't want to go, So I take him to the park. But god dang, there's trash everywhere. There's bottles everywhere at the park. It's like, where are the city employees at here?
I'm not.
And this isn't a Woods River thing. This was an Alton thing. I'm not talking dog park. I'm talking just a park in general. I was going just to a community park in the city, and in the city of Alton, and it was just filthy. I'm like, god dang, man, I'm trying to just walk my dog. A lot of places
like that, people don't mind leaving their cups and stuff laying around because they figure that's what the city employees are paid for.
Well, and a lot of people
get a little lazy.
Well, I didn't realize, honestly, the amount of people that, and being serious though, that it was like people were burning stuff and things. Like it was just a whole different environment. Like
You talking like burning weed or what?
no, no, like they were burning like just pot. Like it was just like, it wasn't like a burn pit. It was just like, wasn't fireworks. It was like there was lighting stuff on fire.
Huh. No, I don't know. I stay away from those dog parks, man.
This one wasn't a dog
I'm not
park.
a big believer in dog parks. There's plenty of open areas to run your dog. And I know it's a controversial
Let me ask
issue.
you this. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Rusty?
As little as possible.
There you go. Look at you.
You know, I'm welcoming my family, but I'll be happy when they go back home.
You know what you should do? We honestly, well, see, I'm great. This is why I'm a good union supervisor. I'm good at giving the ideas, just not actually doing it myself. What if Chain Gang did a turkey trot trash pickup, but instead of the run, you just got a group of people together that ran, that jogged and picked up trash? That'd be kind of fun.
I'm going to give a shout out to the place called Runwell.
Oh, yeah.
Edwardsville.
Yeah,
I love
cool.
that show. They're having some kind of an activity they're putting together where they're picking up trash along the way, and they're giving out prizes for the most trash, the most unusual trash, and various different things like that. One of their followers reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to talk to so and so and get you guys connected." You know, I'm not a jogger, but I do go by. I do walk a lot, and I buy all my tennis shoes from Runwell.
That's super cool,
Yeah,
man.
I like that store.
Well, Rusty, thanks for stopping by, and I'm looking forward to talking with you and see how things go and developing here soon, and just have fun this holiday season.
Yeah. I wish everybody a happy holidays. Maybe I'll see you before Christmas. Maybe I won't. Things are pretty, slowing down, and nobody wants to hear about trash around Christmas.
I don't know. Remember, I taped the last 2 weeks of the year. Well, last week of December,
okay.
the first
Yeah.
week of January. That might be an interview. That might be an interview day for Rusty and CJ. We'll find out. 9:48. Rusty, keep doing a good job, man.
Take care.
Take a quick break at 9:49. A little bit of change more. Hey, did you like my Pot Shop In-Laws live read? I thought that was a great tie-in. You know, if you're going to see your mother-in-law on Thanksgiving, you might as well go get an edible first. I thought that was a really
Okay.
good live read. I don't know. All right. Well, back after this.